Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors trading on margin. Utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
All right, everybody. All right. We're going to get started. All right. Let's see here. If you can hear my voice, drop a BAG, a bag, or a bag emoji in the chat group. If you can hear my voice. All right, everybody's alive. Let's get it. All right, guys. So a couple quick rules. If you have any questions, place those questions in the Q&A chat. That way I can answer questions there. Tonight's call, as we do every Sunday at this time, is a AIRO 101 call. So we will be going over the basics of AIRO. What AIRO is, strategy number one. We'll even go over, how to calculate pips, how to calculate your lot sizes, and even some of the actual different aspects of the MetaTrader 4 software that we actually utilize to trade with AIRO. All right. So I bring you guys tidings from Atlanta. So I am in Atlanta this weekend, or have been. For those that you know, for those that don't know, we had the first event of the year. Team Impact did. They had me come out to speak to everybody. So AIRO was on the move, and I look forward to talking to everyone end of the month with the company event. So if you have not got your tickets yet, make sure to go on to AuvoriaPrime.com, purchase your tickets to the virtual event. There's going to be a lot of information, a lot of updates to the company, future things to come. I'll be speaking about AIRO and a lot of the big things that are coming later this year. And yeah, it's going to be exciting times. So in the meantime, if you got any questions, drop it in the Q&A and we'll get started. So yes, this is a one-on-one call. So on this call, we only go over strategy number one. If you want to go over any of the strategies, it will have to be on the other calls. So whether it be a New York session or London session with myself. All right. If you don't know about other sessions, please jump into the, get access to the chat group, AIRO Bag Chat, and the AIRO Announcements channel. Whoever helps you sign up to get AIRO, please get them and they can get you the link. That way you can get all the information. The AIRO Announcements channel has all the links for the every call, whether it be my call, any of the other educators' calls. Also has any updates. So any updates are made, they'll be posted there as well. And then the bag chat is just the chat group for everyone to actually chat about everything AIRO. All right. All right. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to share the screen. All right. So let's see here. I'm MT4. Let me go to this first screen. This is AIRO. So this is AIRO version 3. Version 3 will be coming out this weekend. I am going to be thoroughly testing it, like we always do, in the practice environment. So this is the Auvoria Prime environment. So we're going to test it out to make sure it's running efficiently. As you can see, I've moved the AIRO pip calculator or counter on the left side of the chart now for everyone. I'm probably going to scoot it up somewhere. I haven't quite figured it out, but we're gonna make some changes to it. I don't know if I like it there. We'll see. But the pip counter is on this side. For some reason, there were issues with it on this side for everyone to see. So some people didn't have issues, some did. So trying to make it and put it into a place where everyone can have it and have access to it to see it. As well, you can see as well on version 3, there are only green and red. There are not 2 different colors of red and not 2 different colors of green. It's either going to be the lime green or the dark red. That is it. All right. That way no one's getting confused. And then, of course, those are the only 2 updates that you guys can see. The third update was in the back end with the coding, where I made some changes to help optimize the software to be more efficient so that you guys have a better experience. For those of you who have not rebooted your VPS, please reboot your VPS so that you get the updated VPS. So the VPS was upgraded for everyone in the company. All you have to do is just reboot yours. To do so, you need to go into your back office. All right. You go into the back office and reboot your VPS so that you can have the most up-to-date and upgraded version of your VPS, which has more memory, and therefore, your speed is faster. So that combined with version 3, you should be good to go. I've already spoken with the company on version 4. Will look significantly different, but we're going to be working on playing with that as well and putting that through a stress test because that should optimize the platform a lot more as well. All right, giving you guys the best user experience. That's what it's all about, is giving you guys the best experience, to ensure that you have the best opportunity to catch some pips and get that bag. So for those of you who are new, this is AIRO. AIRO is a visual aided software that gives you gives you a visual representation of what the market is doing. And then when you combine the visual representation of what the market is doing with the 10 strategies that we have, AIRO becomes a trading system. So right now, 8 out of 10 strategies have been released. This week on Thursday, I will release strategy number 9, and then next week on Thursday, I will release the last strategy, number 10. All right. As you can see here, we'll go through the steps here and talk about AIRO. So to give you guys just different aspects of what you see here with the visual aid is that you have the red and green zones. Yeah. So you see here, red zones, green zones. All right. Red zones represent the ceiling or resistance. So if I throw a ball up at the ceiling, it's going to hit the ceiling and bounce off, just like price does. Price goes up, hits resistance, falls off. All right. Same thing with the green zones. They're like the 4. If I drop a ball on the floor, it's going to hit the floor and bounce off. All right. Green candlesticks. So these candlesticks right here. We zoom in here. These are candlesticks. If it's red, what that identifies is that price is heading in a downtrend. If it's green, it means price is currently in an uptrend. All right. This moving average is just that. It's called a moving average line. What it does is it measures the movements of price. So, and it gives a visual representation of what price is doing. So as price is going down, the line is going down. As price is going up, the line is going up. All right. So it just helps you to guide you. All right. Typically when price, which is these candlesticks, are above the moving average, price is in an uptrend. And if they're underneath, they're in a downtrend. All right. This shaded box area right here, you have it every day for 12 hours. There's a 12-hour time frame every day that is shaded in this shaded gray box here. This is what we call the money zone. Now, why is it called the money zone? It's called the money zone because the Forex market, there's almost $7 trillion traded a day in the Forex market. All right. Forex standing, being short for foreign exchange market. And then of that almost $7 trillion, over 80% of it, of that money is traded during this 12-hour time frame. All right. As you can see here, you can really tell. Look what happens. Outside, price doesn't really move too much. It goes sideways. Inside, big drop. Outside, not too much. So this is where all the volatility is at, all based off of the fact that money is being traded during this time frame. All right. And then last but not least, you have the arrows. There are actually 3 types of arrows, even though they all look the same. Those three types of arrows all stand for the three different strategies that are behind AIRO. Strategy number one is a counter trend strategy. Strategy number two is a confirmed trend changeover strategy. And strategy number three is a continuation trend strategy. So counter trend means if the overall trend is heading up, but while it's heading up, price turns around slightly for a little bit, that's a counter trend trade. All right. For a confirmation of trend, if the trend is headed up and then it turns down, there are some parameters that will let you know and confirm that the trend has changed overall. As you see here, it's heading up, confirmed they have changed trends, heading down. And then after it's confirmed they have changed trends, if you see that price pulls back towards the moving average or above it and then comes back down, that is a continuation trend. All right. And that's why you get this next arrow right here, identifying to you that the trend is continuing in that direction. All right. Then you have the pip calculator here. What this does is every time you place a trade, and I am on my demo account, so I will place a trade for you guys so you guys can see what it looks like. So every time you place a trade, it will let you know what pair you're in, all right, and overall how many pips you are up or down. So I put a sell in, therefore it tells me, and I'm on the Great Britain pound US dollar GBP USD chart. So it tells me I placed a sell trade because this is red. If I hit buy, all right, hit buy, give it a second here. Now it's green. Green means it's a buy. Red means it's a sell. And then it tells you if you're up or down and how many pips you are up or down. All right. All right. I just said a word that most may not have known what that is, and that is pips. All right. So I'm going to teach you guys how to calculate pips. I'm going to teach you about lot sizes. And then what we'll do is we will go through strategy number one. All right. Before I count pips, though, let me check the Q&A box real quick to see what questions we have. All right, someone asked about how to calculate pips. We're going to go over that. We only have newcomer calls on Sunday at this time. No, so someone asked if the notifications we receive are for strategy number one. That's not correct. They will give you indication. So the notifications you're going to receive, every time an arrow pops up, you will receive a notification. All right. And actually, before we go over pips, I'm going to show you guys how to set up AIRO. I'm going to also show you guys how to save the templates. All right. So let's go over that real quick. So when you start, you're typically going to have 1 to 4 charts like this, 4 charts in a square. You want to close them all out, and then you want to come over here and add the charts. So what you do is go up here where it says create a new chart. Select that, and you can go ahead and just select any pair you want, just so you can get everything set up. I usually select the first one, doesn't really matter. Once I select that, you get this up here right here. All right, this screen. All right, so now that the screen is up, what you want to do is right here where it says M15, you want to click M15, right? Because the majority of our, most of us trade off the M15. That's what I teach off of. There are some times they use it on other time frames, but the M15 is the minute 15 time frame. All right, I'll explain what that means a little later on. Then you want to select this icon right here, which is the candlestick. All right, you want to turn these, as someone called them, squiggly lines. You want to turn those into candlesticks so that they look like that. So what M15 means is that each one of these candlesticks took 15 minutes to form. So as you can see, we're currently on this candlestick right here. All right, in 11 minutes at 10:30 Eastern time, this candle will stop forming or moving up and down, and a new candle will start. All right. That's all that M15 means. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the settings. All right. We're going to set up the default settings. So here's how you set up the default settings. You want to come to the black of the screen. You want to right click on the black of the screen and then come down to properties. All right. From here, your background is going to stay black. Foreground stays white. Your grid, you want to change to white. Bar up, line. Bar down, you're going to click on that one and turn it to red. Bull candle, you want to turn that to green or lime. And then bear candle, you want to turn that to red. The rest of it, you keep the same. Then you want to come to common, select common up here. From here, you want to select chart shift. That way you have both selected, chart shift and chart auto scroll. Next, make sure it's on candlesticks. Come down here, show OHLC, select show ask line, select show period separators, and then unselect show grid. All right. Once you've done all that, you hit OK, and your chart will look like this. All right. This should be your default chart. So I'm gonna, again, if you missed that, right click on the black of the screen, go to properties. Here are my settings. Go ahead and take your time. If you need some time to do this, go ahead and just take a screenshot of this or a picture with your phone. And then here are the colors. Take a screenshot or a picture of your phone. All right. Once you've done that, you now have your default chart. So then what you should do after that is come up here to this icon right here. Put your mouse over it. It should say templates. As long as it says templates, your mouse is on the right one. Select templates and hit save template. When you hit save template, you're gonna get this error here, restrictions error. Don't worry about that. Just select OK. You get this pop up here. And then what you want to do is delete this and type in default. You see, I already got mine saved right here. Type in default. All right. Type in default. Once you've done that, hit save. I've already saved mine, so I'm going to hit cancel, but just make sure after you type in default, select save. All right. And then voila. So now whenever you come up to a new chart, like so, all you do is go up here to your templates, go to load template, select default, open, and boom, there it is. Now it's on every chart. All right. Now it's on every chart that you want to put it on. All right. Next, we're going to add AIRO V2. All right. V1 should have been deleted. You should only see V2. That way there's no more confusion. V3 again will be out this weekend. And we'll have that for a little while until V4 has been, fully approved and everyone's, from the IT team is happy with it. Also, as we see how the speed, the upgrade on the VPS works to ensure that we have a better, again, user experience for you guys. All right, it's all about making sure that you guys are taken care of. After that, we're going to add AIRO. So what you're going to do is on this icon right here, the gold folder with the gold star, you want to go ahead and select that. All right, and then you probably have indicators like this. Hit the plus button to open up indicators. Come down to AIRO V2. We got V3, AIRO V2. You open it up. It should take you to the about screen right here. Come to common. Under common, you want to select allow DLL imports. So the first two should be check marked. Come to inputs, and under settings, you should have true and true. All right, then under money zone, you need to convert 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, you need to convert that to whatever time frame your server has. All right, your broker has. All right, if you don't know what time they are, then what you need to do is to contact your broker, their chat group, and ask them what their server time is. A lot of people use different different brokers, and so you just need to know what server they use. Now, I can tell you for my broker, this is the time frame. The begin is 0800, the end is 2000. All right, for the broker I have. Now, a lot of people ask me about brokers. So if you want to know about brokers, again, I cannot recommend one publicly. But if you DM me at on Telegram or you DM me on Instagram, both of my handles are at Nate Got the Bag. Then I can tell you who I use, and that way, if you do use them, and again, you can use whoever you want. AIRO works on any broker, but if you do use them, then what will happen is, my settings will be the exact same settings you use, no matter what. Because again, it's not about where you live; it's about where your broker lives or where their servers are at. So as long as the money zone is correct on their servers based on my time frame, wherever you live in the world, it'll be correct for your time frame. All right. So yeah, on Telegram or on Instagram, if you want to know who the broker is, we can talk about it. All right. After that, you select OK. Once you've done that, there it is. There is AIRO. And then you can come back up here and close this. Now you have AIRO here. All right. Before we save this template, what I would do is, again, come up to the black of the screen, right click, and select the one-click trading button. You should have this symbol, this little box pop up here. Now, what the one-click trading button is it's the fastest way that you can buy and sell. All right. Button here for sale, button here for buy. You guys saw me do it earlier. All right. Now, once you have that there and AIRO on the chart, now what you want to do is save your template. That way, when you put the template onto each new chart, it'll have everything you need, and you'll be ready to go to buy and sell really quickly, and you'll have your chart up. So what you want to do again is go up to templates, click on templates, go to save template. Don't worry about the errors, select OK. Under template name, select it AIRO V2 because you guys have version 2, and then hit save. All right, that is it. When version 3 comes out or version 4, all you have to do is go back in there, delete those out, and then save another one. All right. That's about it, guys. On when it comes to saving templates, that way you're all set up and ready to go. All right. So let me stop sharing real quick. Come back here. All right. So I will show how to take a trade and all that. But we'll go through that demonstration as well. I showed half of it, but I'll show you guys how to do the take profit and the stop loss as well. All right. All right, somebody asked about how many pairs should it be using. So I recommend utilizing 10 pairs to start off with. All right, let's go show the chart. So I'm gonna put all 10 pairs at the bottom of the screen. You see here, I've got the first 3. So I recommend all 6 GBP pairs. Those are the Great Britain Pound pairs. And then I recommend there's 4 Euro pairs I recommend. The first one is going to be EUR GBP. So that's the Euro Great Britain Pound. Next is going to be the EUR AUD, the Euro Aussie Dollar. Next is going to be EUR JPY, the Euro Japanese Yen. And then the last one is going to be Euro NZD, the Euro New Zealand Dollar. So as you see here, you take a screenshot, guys, a picture. All 10 pairs that I recommend are right here on the bottom. All right. All right. So people are asking how to reboot in the back office. You guys need to watch the videos in the back office, guys. Please watch the videos. The videos will teach you how to do everything on the website. All right. You must watch the videos. They are only there to help you guys. All right. There are no shortcuts. Let me log into my Auvoria Prime account so I can show you guys how to reboot the VPS. All right, let me share my screen real quick here. All right, so what you're going to do is under, when you get into your back office, you want to come over here on the side. If you don't see it, you want to click on these three lines here to open up your menu. You want to come to AP Marketplace and go to Switch Tools. AP Marketplace, and then select Switch Tools. Once you come there, once you click on that, you'll come to this screen here. All right, and then what you want to do is you want to select Launch VPS. Once you select Launch VPS, you get here. You then can come down here to VPS accounts, hit your drop-down menu, select the VPS that you have. Don't worry about that. And then all you want to do now is you have a green button here, reboot your VPS. Hit that right there and it will reboot your VPS for you. That is how you reboot the VPS from the back office. All right. Yes, guys, this call is being recorded and it will be shared in the AIRO announcements channel tomorrow for your viewing pleasure. My broker is not in London. You do not delete the old version. It will be deleted for you if you still see it. We will go over additional aspects of the chart later on. Yes, AIRO works on more than just the 10 pairs that I recommend. They're just recommended pairs. You can use it on anything. For AIRO strategy videos. All right, guys, back in the back office here. To find videos, you need to go to AP Academy. You need to go to AP Academy. You need to go and watch all the My First Step videos. This is where you guys need to be going so you can learn everything. All right. So you depend on watching these videos. These are step-by-step videos, guys. That's what they're here for you. You come in here, watch all the videos in My First Step, watch all of my education videos. They're very short. And then come in here to set up my product. When you set up my product, all right, scroll down and you'll see whatever tools you are in, you're good to go. So as long as you're enrolled in AIRO and you follow the, you purchase AIRO, you'll see that you have all of them here. So once you select Access Step Setup Course, you have all your videos, all the strategy videos. You have the overview video, setup and access your VPS video, AIRO setup video. Everything you need to know, everything I'm going over is in the back office. All right. All right. So let's see what other questions we got. All right, guys, before we get started, to show you guys that if anybody has a different tool and they want to switch over to AIRO, then what you do is you want to come to AP Marketplace, select Switch Tools, and you want to select Switch. Now, you can only do this on Fridays and Saturdays. That's it. Today's Sunday, you can't switch. You're locked in, but you can change on the weekend, all right? Once you select Switch, all the different tools that are software that are available will pop up, and you can select AIRO, all right? All right, let's jump back into the charts now, guys. So we'll go through a little bit here of teaching about, first we'll start off with how to count pips, all right? So we'll talk about how to count pips. Pips. So pips stands for price interest point, all right? Pips, what pip stands for. Now, what a pip is the difference in price. So for example, if you have $1 and it goes up 1 penny to 101, so $1.01, that is like a pip move. You know, it just counts. It lets you know if price is moving up or down based on the pips. All right, if the pips are ascending, price is going up. If the pips are descending, price is going down. So pip is how you measure the move in the price of a currency pair. So this currency pair we're utilizing right now is the Great Britain Pound US Dollar, GBP USD, all right? Or for short, GU. As you can see here, price is written out here to the right, out here. You can see my mouse. You know, 1.36750. 1.36750. Let's go type that one down. 1.36750. Okay. All right, that's the price we selected. So 1.36750. All right. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna just knock this out real quick. All right, so there are two different ways to count your pips, and it's all based off of how price is actually written. All right. So if there are 2 or 3 numbers after the decimal place, use the second digit. So for example, this is the Great Britain pound Japanese yen currency pair. And you can see over here, 141.670. There are only 3 numbers after the decimal place. So if a currency pair has 2 or 3 numbers after the decimal place, then the pip is the second digit, which means that we have 141.670, right? So $141.670. Okay. All right. So if you have 141.670 and the price goes down to 141.660, you've gone down 1 pip. Why? Because the second digit is the pip. The second digit after the decimal, which is the 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. So 141.660 is 1 pip down. All right. Remember, the second digit is the pip if there are 2 or 3 numbers after the decimal. Therefore, if price goes up to 141.680, price has increased by 1 pip. All right. Now, if price has decreased by 10 pips, you go from 141.670 to 141.570. Is 10 pips down. All right. Hopefully this makes sense. 67 minus 10 is 57. 141.67 minus 10 is 141.570. That is 10 pips down. Now, if we go 10 pips up, then from 141.680 would turn into 141.780 is 10 pips up. All right. It's that simple. That's how you count it. All right. That's how simple it is. All right. Now we'll go back to GU. If there are 3 or 4 numbers after the decimal place. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed that one up. My apologies, guys. Not 3 or 4, but if there are 4 or 5 numbers, there we go. If there are 4 or 5 numbers after the decimal place, you want to use the 4th digit. So we're back on GBP USD. And as you can see here, there are 5 numbers after the decimal place. The number we chose was 1.36750. All All right, therefore the fourth digit, or the number 5, is our pip. So 1.3674 is 1 pip down. All right, 1.36750 minus 1 is 1.36740. That's 1 pip down. All right, 1 pip up. Yes, you guessed it, is 1.367. 760? Yep, 760. All right. 75 minus 1 is 74. 75 plus 1 is 76. That's it. That's the same thing when we go do 10. So 10 pips down is 1.36650 is 10 pips down. 1.36750, 1.3. Oh man. Let me fix that 5 and make it 6. I switched around the 5 and 6. 1.3. 1.36650. There we go. So 1.36750 minus 10 pips is going to be 1.36650. 75 minus 10 is 65. And then last but not least is 10 pips up. Yes, you got it. 1.3675 plus 10 is 85. 850. It's 10 pips up. There you go. Those are the rules for how you count your pips. All right. That is how you count your pips. All right. Next, what I'll show you here. Let me delete these up real quick, guys. And we're going to go over lot sizes. Going to go over lot sizes. Actually, we'll skip this here. We'll skip that. Lot sizes. So, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and write all these out for you guys. So, lot sizes. There are 3 types of lot sizes. The first one here, move these out the way here. I'll bring them up later. This first one here is called the micro lot. Micro lot. So, a micro lot is a lot size is anything from 0.01 to 0.09, as I written right here. 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, so forth and so on until you get up to 0.09. That is a micro lot. All right. Each one is a 10-cent lot. So a 0.01 is a 10-cent lot. So if you use a 0.09, that's a 90-cent lot. So every one is 10 cents. So 0.05, 50-cent lot. Now what that means is every time you go up 1 pip or down 1 pip, that's 10 cents. So if you go up 10 pips or down 10 pips, that's $1 because 10 cents times 10 is $1. All right. So that's how you, again, when you take your lot size you're using and you use your knowledge of how to count pips now that you guys have got it, every pip move, you just add up how much money you're losing or making. All right. Next is the mini lot. The mini lot is written as 0.1 to 0.99. That is the mini lot. 0.1 to 0.99. A 0.1 lot size is a $1 lot size. All right. So for every pip move, that's $1. If price goes up or down 1 pip, that's $1 up or down. If price goes up or down 10 pips, that's up or down $10. All right. You can write all the way up to 0.99. So if you have a 0.73 lot size, that is a $7.30 lot size. If you have a 0.47 lot size, that is a $4.70 lot size. So every pip move will be $4.70. So this is the biggest difference right here, guys, when it comes to Forex versus stocks. With stocks, you put money in, and based on the value of what you bought it at and the value of what goes up, your account grows. Or if it goes down, your account shrinks. But here, it's a combination of what lot size you use times however many pips you are up or down. All right. And what that allows you to do is to calculate your profit and loss when it comes to Forex trading. All right. So make sure you understand how to count pips as well as how to utilize your lot sizes. The last lot size is the standard lot. It is written as 1.00 to infinity. I say infinity because if you're a bank and you have billions of dollars in the bank, you can put on as big a lot size as you need. I've seen a bank screenshot of their trades. They had a 100,000 lot size trade placed. A 100,000 lot is $1 million per pip. All right, $1 million per pip. But that's neither here nor there. Our money isn't that big. If you have a $1 lot size, 1.00, that is $10 per pip. So every pip goes up once, 1 pip, that's $10. It goes down $1, 1 pip, that's $10. If it goes up 10 pips, that's $100 because $10 per pip times 10 pips, $100. All right, that's it. That's how you count your pips. That is how you calculate your lot sizes. All right, now you got the knowledge you need on that end so that you understand how to apply it when you are trading with the AIRO software. All right. So let's skip to this here. Let's go in here. We're going to load template and we're going to put the AIRO V3 on. There we go. We got AIRO V3 on. Boom, boom, boom. As you can see, every time I put AIRO V3 on, it tells me wherever I'm trading at right now, what I'm trading. So as you can see here, I have trades on. And even though I'm not on that chart, the cool thing is every chart you have AIRO V3 on, you will be able to see what trades you're in. So it follows you to every chart. That way you can keep an eye on what's going on without actually having to look at it. All right. Which is pretty cool. All right. So next is we're going to go over strategy 1. Let me find a good one for you guys real quick. All right, great. So strategy number 3. I'm sorry, strategy number 1, which is the bounce, arrow, go strategy, the bag strategy. You hear us talk about it a lot. This is the foundation of the AIRO software. All right? I recommend for all newbies that are on the call with this, when utilizing this software, I recommend that you master the strategy number 1. All right. Now, how do you use strategy number 1? Simple. There are 3 simple rules. Number 1 is zoom all the way out. All right. And so let me teach you about some of these tools up here that you need to learn how to use. This first one here, you click on that one, it creates a new chart for you. It'll pull a new chart up for you. All right. This gold folder with the gold star, you click on that one, pulls up your navigator. All right, that way you can select AIRO if you need to. Close that, minimize that. All right. If you select the blue and white little piece of paper, look here, it brings up your terminal down here. All you need to know in here is select trade, and it'll tell you the trades you're in. So as you guys see, I have one trade that is +6. I have another trade that's -10. And here are both trades. I was at the sell on one and the buy on others. It tells me what price I got in at, what the current price is, how much commission I owe. This is how the brokers make their money. They charge you a fee for every trade you make. And you can see here, I'm winning 67 cents on his first trade. I'm losing $1.02 on his last trade. So overall, I'm down 45 cents. All right. Now it's 42 cents. All right. That's it. If you want to close these trades out, there's an X right next to them. You just select the X and the trades will go away. Boom, there it is. No trades. All right. To turn this off, you simply select this right here, the terminal. Is the button you selected to turn it on. You click it one more time and the terminal will go back down. All right. If you're in trades, like usually when I'm in trades, I typically have it up. That way I can close trades out faster if I want to close them out before they hit the take profit. All right. Next, you have that you need to worry about is the plus and minus sign with the little magnifying glass. This is just the zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. That's it. Next, you have the chart shift and the chart scroll. All right, so the first one is a chart scroll. So right now, you cannot really go back too far. You can't scroll back too far. You see what happened? It yanked me back to the front. Every time price moves up or down, it's going to pull it back to the front like this. But if you turn off the scroll like that, you now can safely go back as far as you'd like to. All right. Now to get back to the front, you simply just select it all over again. Scroll the chart, boom, back to the front. And then the next one to it is the shift. All right. If you select the shift button, it puts current price at the very front of the screen. If you select it again, it puts it at the back of the screen, or further back. There's a gap now. I like it like this because it gives me opportunity to kind of see what price is doing. All right. After those, the next one you guys will use will be the templates. We talked about that already, template folder. Next is going to be the plus sign, which is really a crosshair. So if you select that and pull it up here, you can see you got a crosshair on the chart. And so you can measure things. All right, so let's go measure some pips. All right, measure some pips. So we go get our crosshair and we put it at the very top here, like this, and we measure it down to this candle right here. You can see the first number says 6. That first number, as you see here on the actual cursor, I'm holding, so I click here and drag. Click and drag, but you want to make sure you hold your mouse down so it stays. As soon as you let it go, boom, it disappears. So click it and drag it. So that says 6. That means from here to here is 6 candles. All right. Also, the number in the middle that says 366, 366, that is the number of pips. But it's not 366, it's 36.6. All right, keep that in mind. It's always 36.6 for forex pairs. That last number is actually should be on the other side of the decimal place. All right, and then the last number here, the last number is the current price at where this crosshair is at. So currently at this crosshair right here, 1.73914. That's current price, or the price where this crosshair is at. That's it. That's what those stand for. All right. Next, you have the vertical line. So you select that, and you can boom, put a vertical line. Outside of that, you can select the next one, which is the horizontal line. You can drag it on the chart like that, and now you have a up vertical line, and you have a sideways horizontal line. Now, these are locked. I can't move them. I'm trying to move. I can't move them. But if you double click on them, we'll double click on this one, you'll see there's 2 white dots that come at the very end. 2 white dots. 2 white dots. When you see the 2 white dots, that means your horizontal line is no longer locked. Now you can click on it, hold it, and move it around. If you double click on it again and it turns white, well, it won't let you move it up and down. All right. Same thing with the horizontal line. Double click it, see the 2 white dots, move it around. Double click again, white dots go away, it's locked in. All right. Next is these charts right here, these little icons here. This right here, let me clear all this off real quick for you guys. Boom, boom, boom. So we cleared that off. So these right here are your time frames. So right now we are on the M15. Remember what I told you? Each candlestick takes 15 minutes to form. If you select the M5, you guessed it, we're on the minute 5 chart. Every candlestick takes 5 minutes. If you're on the H1, yes, you guessed it. Yes, the hour 1 chart. Every candlestick took 1 hour to form. All right. That's it. Those are all of the tools you are aware of that you need to know how to utilize. Now that you know, you now can place trades with AIRO. All right. So let's go down to the 15-minute and take a look at that. So strategy number 1. All right. First things first, you want to zoom out all the way. All right. Why? Because you want to see how many zones you have. You have 3 green ones and you have 2 red ones. So that means your trend is an uptrend because you have more green zones than red zones. If you have more red zones than green zones, then that current pair is in a downtrend. All right. So we see here we have 3 green, 1 red, which that means that we're in an uptrend. So which means that we are only going to look for up arrows. All right. So we zoom in. Zoom in. All right, so that's rule number 1. Zoom all the way out. Rule number 2 is only trade inside the shaded areas. So inside of the shaded areas, the money zone, only trade inside the money zone. Inside the money zone. All right. This 12-hour time frame is from 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is from midnight to lunch. Best time to trade, guys. Best time to trade. All right. Now that we know that, now we know that rule number 3, and the final rule is to follow the bag entry method. Now, what does that mean? So bounce, arrow, go, bag. All right. So if we know we're looking for up arrows, then we want price to come down, hit a zone, bounce off the zone. We get arrow, we buy, and vice versa. If we had arrow up here, we'd be selling. Now here's the catch. We're only looking for up arrows after they bounced off of the support. All right. Now, if your entry, and I'll explain what I mean here. So on this candle here, this arrow will only show up, all the arrows, they only show up when the candle they're pointing to closes and the next candle starts to form. That's the only time the arrows will show up. It's when this candle has closed. Then what that means is for us, we get in on next candle, always. All right, so we got in on next candle. Boom, we got in right here. We got in right there. Now, what we want to do is we want to measure between our entry price before we put the entry in. When we see it, we're like, all right, let's check it out. We measure between here and the next zone, which is red. That's 18 pips, 179, 17.9. That's not 20 pips. You want to make sure that you have at least 20 pips or more room in between here and here, because what? Our goal is 20 pips take profit, 40 pips stop loss. I'll show you exactly how to put that on here in a minute. But your take profit line and your stop loss line are at the same distance, for the strategy. No matter what pair you're trading, it's always going to be a 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. All right. Now, if they're less than 20 pips room, don't take the trade, because these zones are just that. They are just the zones. All right. They're not tell you, they will not tell you right away. They won't even show up right away. So like when this happened right here, it took to about the third or fifth candle before it moved up. So will you catch every trade? No, because sometimes the zones come late, and by the time the move has happened, then the zone pops up. Don't worry about it. Wait for another trade. All right. But we are inside the money zone. We are trading in the direction of the overall trend because we know the overall trend is up. So we waited for price to bounce off of the green zone, off the floor, and head up. We buy. But because there's less than 20 pips between our entry and here, we do not buy. All right? We do not buy. Uh-oh. Go back here, get rid of this line. All right. So let's go look at another pair real quick to make sure. All right. GBP, NZD. Zoom out. Way more green than red. All right. Zoom back in. You can see on Friday, you had a inside the money zone. So we're buying in an uptrend. We're only trading inside the money zone, and we're only trading the bag entry method with the actual direction of the market, which is up right now. So as you can see here, when price came down, you had a bounce, price went up, you had an arrow, you go, and you'd have caught all that money right there. Boom, over 70 pips. You only needed 20, but you can see, this came late. As you can see here, we entered right here, but this zone didn't start to this candle right here. So that zone wasn't there, which means nothing was above us, which is great. That's called blue skies. If we see blue skies, you should feel confident, especially during inside the money zone, that you should be able to get 20 pips. That is strategy one. All right. That is strategy one. Now, to execute strategy one, let me show you how to put a trade on. To put a trade on, you're going to right click on the black of the screen, come down to one click trading, select that. All right. Once you select that, you can buy or sell. So price is coming down right here a little bit. It's underneath the moving average and it's red. So I'm going to sell it real quick. I'm going to hit sell. As you can see, the white line is where the sell showed up at. If I hit buy, the red line is where the buy showed up at. So the red line and the white line are very important. The red line on top is the ask. You always buy at the ask. All right. Other investors that are trading Forex, they buy on the ask. And then the line on the bottom here that's on the white line is the bid. You always sell on the bid. Sell the bid, buy the ask. All right. All right. Let me delete one of these real quick, guys. And we're only going to do it one. So we'll keep the sell on. Or turn this buy off. Delete that one real quick. There we go. All right. Now, the difference between the red and white, so you see this little gap, that is the spread. So if you ever hear anybody say spread, that's just the difference between the bid and the ask. All right, the difference. All right, now, if you come down here, open this real quick here, open the terminal. You can see here, we're saying we're still in negative. We're in negative because the white line is below the dotted green line, our entry, but the red line is not. You need both because we're in the sale. Oh, guys, hold on. Let me grab my charger real quick, guys. All right, there we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. So the spread, both the white line, we're in a sale. You can see over here, it says our order number, and it says sale and 0.01, which is a micro lot. So over here on this side, always on this side is going to tell you your order number, if you're in a sale or buy, and what your lot size is. All right. And when both the white and red lines get beneath the dotted green line, because the dotted green line is your entry, when price gets below that, then you are what? Then you are in profit. You'll see that you're in profit, minus the 5 cents. All right. If you're in a buy, you need both the red line and the white line, or the bid and ask, to get above the dotted green line, which is your entry. All right. Next is, how do you place your take profit and your stop loss? Great question. So we're in a sale. If we're in a sale, our take profit is going to be below us because we want price to come down and hit that line. When price comes down and hit our take profit line, we automatically make money. It will automatically take us out of the trade at that point. If price, so if we're in a sale, that means our take profit is below us, below price, but our stop loss is above price. So we use a stop loss as a way of managing our risk. All right. So we only want to risk so much money to make so much money. We don't want to just let price go the wrong way forever and then we lose all of our money. We only want to risk a certain amount. All right. Only want to risk a certain amount. So our stop loss for a sale will be above us. And it's a stop loss because we want price to go down. So if price goes up too far, we want it to stop the loss at a certain number. All right. With AIRO and strategy number one, and most strategies, if the strategy is different as far as your take profit and your stop loss, I tell you in the training videos. But strategy number one, your take profit is 20 pips. Your stop loss is 40 pips. Easy way to do so without having a count is just to put your mouse on the line, the dotted green line. You see it says drag to modify. You click, hold, and then drag it. And as you can see here, it says order number, TP, that's take profit. So that means you're in the right direction. How much you would make if you stop right, if price got right here, and then how many pips? Let me come down here. All right, it says 202, 202 pips. That's not 202, that's 20.2. Just like it was with the cursor, remember? It should be a decimal there. So we know that's 20.2 pips. So we let go, it's close enough to 20 to me. I let go, and bada bing, bada boom. We've got our take profit set for 20 pips. Then all we do is repeat, but we go the opposite direction for stop loss. Just so you guys can see it. Let me turn that off. Mouse over the entry line, click, drag. And you can see here, order number, SL for stop loss, gives you how much money you would lose if you hit stop loss. Boom, right here, we would lose $2.86 at 402 pips, which is really 40.2. You let go, and boom, now you're set. And then you come down here in your terminal, you can see SL, stop loss, is set at that price. Take profit is now set at that price. All right, you're good to go. So as soon as price gets below this line, we take profit, we make money. If it goes above this line, we lose money, but we're done. But we don't lose more. All right, we lose, but we don't lose more. That's the whole goal, is to ensure you're trading with proper risk management. All right. I recommend with your lot sizes that you use a 0.01 lot size for every $100. So if you have $500, you should use a 0.05, which is a 50 cents lot size. So every pip it moves up and down, it's 50 cents. If you are using a 0.2 lot size, that's a $2 lot size. All right. Let me see here. Other than that, guys, that's it. That's how you use the strategy, number one, and then how you actually set your take profit and your stop loss. That's it. That is it. So let me close this out. And we stop sharing and go to the Q&A and see what you guys have in here. Someone asked if there will ever be a trading view version. I am looking at making a trading view version as we speak. So yes, there will be a trading view version in the future. If you have questions, guys, make sure to put it into the Q&A so I can see it. The question was asked, how do I know which arrow is which? I know because I know what the strategy looks like. You know, I've used it for years. But you don't need to know what it is. All you need to do is just follow the rules. Again, the rules are created to be simple for you to just be able to follow along very simply. And that's it. So, don't worry about which arrow is which. All you do is trade the arrow based on the bounce arrow go. All right. If you set the lot size in for one trade, does that automatically lock the same lot size into all other pairs? No, you can always change your lot size. I'm sorry, I should have showed you guys that. Share screen real quick. Share. All right. So here in the one-click trading button, let me add that back on. One-click trading. One-click trading button. In here, you can come in here and change your lot size. You can see now it's a 0.01. If I click on it, 0.1. I can change it to 0.1. If I click on it again, I can change it to a standard lot, 1.00. So you can change your lot size to what you want it for. All right. Let's go back and look. All right, guys. I'm gonna show this one more time here. To get the buy and sell box, all right, you right-click on the chart, select one-click trading. All right, one-click trades. Make sure to follow along, guys. Make sure to follow along so you can ensure you have all the information. All right, one-click trading. You click that, it turns off. You right-click on the black of the screen, you get your menu. You hit one-click trading again. turns back on. All right. All right. One thing I forgot as well is to show you guys how to set up your notifications to come to your phone. All right. So let me share screen. Boom, boom, boom. Share. All right. So what you want to do is you're going to come up here to tools. Click on tools. Come down to tools. Come down to options. All right. And then you're going to go to notifications. All right. Under notifications, you want to select notifications and then select enable push notifications. All right. And then next, you want to enter in your MetaQuotes ID number. All right. All right. Wait, let me get mine set up. All right. So you select what you want to do is now to get the actual notifications. And again, notifications only come to you once you get an arrow. Every time an arrow pops up is when you get a notification. So to find your MetaQuotes ID, you want to download the MetaTrader 4 on your app. The app on your phone. On your phone or your tablet, whatever device you want to have your notifications sent to. And then on that, you want to select settings and chat and messages. Settings, and then select chat and messages. And then you'll see at the very bottom, you have your MetaQuotes ID number. All right, that number right there. You type that number here in a white box, select test. When you select test, you should get a test right here. All right. Once you get a test, you're good to go. Next thing you want to do is go into your phone and go to settings, and you want to make sure you have your notifications turned on. That way, when they come to your phone, they come to your MetaTrader 4 app, the app notifies your phone. As you guys know, technology nowadays, you can now turn off notifications on your phone. So go into your notifications, turn your notifications on for the MetaTrader 4 app so you can receive your notifications. All right. After you put the MetaQuotes ID in here, you select OK. All right. So now we know that is how you get your notifications to your phone so that you have those come to your phone, which is the beautiful thing because now all you have to do is wait for a notification, come to your computer, look at it, see if it matches the rules, bounce, arrow, go, we're good to go. So you have your notification. That way you don't have to sit in front of the computer all day long waiting. All right. Also on your computer, every time an arrow pops up, you'll get a blue and white box on this side of the screen here, over here. It'll be a blue and white box that lets you know if there's a notification. And what the notification will look like, it'll say AIRO, it'll say whatever the currency pair is. So we're on the GBP NZD, the Great Britain Pound, New Zealand dollar. So it'll say AIRO, GBP, NZD, M15, because we're on the M15 chart. So it tells you the software you're using, which is AIRO. It tells you what currency pair. It tells you which time frame, M15, and then it tells you buy or sell. It'll say buy or sell, and then it tells you at what price. So for example, when we received this arrow right here on this one, it told you there was a potential buy at this price, the top of this candle right here, 1.90066. So what that looks like on the chart, it'll look like this. AIRO, GBP, NZD, M15 by parentheses 1.90006. That's what it will look like on your notifications. All right. Software you're using, what the currency pair is, what time frame you got the signal on, if it's a buy or sell, at what price. That's it. All right. Come back to Q&A. Someone asked, if you missed the candle after the first arrow, can you still enter? No, that is negative. All right. Someone asked, if the arrow appears inside of the red or green zones, is that a good signal? No, you need it to bounce. That's why it's called bounce arrow go. Let's go look at the chart again. Let's go look at the chart one more time so you guys can see here. The rules are simple, guys. Keep them simple. Keep it simple. You need price, which is the candlesticks. You need candlesticks or price to bounce, head up, be above the moving average, be green, white arrow pointing up. That's a bounce arrow. You don't want the arrow to be inside here. That's invalid. You want it to bounce. Now, if the arrow is inside, but the candle is above the green zone, or vice versa with the red zone, that's valid. But if the arrow and the candle are inside the zone, invalid. Invalid trade. All right, somebody asked me if I avoid trading on Mondays and Fridays. So for me, I prefer to trade on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I sometimes trade on Mondays. I don't trade Sundays. I don't trade on Fridays. Those are trap days. The market tends to not move. There's a lot of fake outs, so the market tends to not move the way that it should. All right. All right. So somebody asked me for $1,000 account, what lot size do you use? So like I stated, you want to use a 0.01 for every $100. So for $1,000, that is 10 $100. Therefore, you want to use 0.01 times 10, which is 0.1. That's a $1 lot size. That's what I recommend. All right. Somebody asked me how to add pairs. All right. Let's go back into the chart. If you don't see all the pairs you're looking for, how do you add them? You want to come up here to view, view, come down to symbols, and you have all the pairs you need. All right. Now, depending on your broker, depends on what these categories are called. All right. So again, you want to go to view symbols. All right. Then you get the symbols box pops up. So FX majors, here's GBP USD. You want to double click it until the little box here turns gold. If it's shaded gray, it's not going to show up. Turn gold. Close that. Come down here to FX crosses. And you want to mark or double click all the ones and turn them gold as I recommend. That's how you add them. So after you do all that, close them, you come back up here to the plus, to the add new charts, and they'll all be up here. All right. Someone asked what determines if I don't trade on Mondays. For me, Mondays are up in the air too. My recommendation is that you make your money for the week and get out of the markets. So what does that mean? I choose 3 days that are very strong days, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for price movement. I choose those 3 days as the 3 days I'm going to trade. If I make my goal for the week, let's say my goal is $5,000. If I make $5,000, I'm done. I don't trade anymore. All right. All right. Somebody asked 2 questions. I'll go back to the chart real quick. Someone asked if the price breaks the zone, will the zones disappear? Yes, these zones will disappear. So if price, the candlestick goes all the way through the zone disappears because it no longer exists now. Price has gone through it. Same thing with the red zone. This decides to go back up and go through the zone, the red zone disappears. All right. And then to add pairs, please pay attention. If you ask questions, guys, you got to pay attention. View symbols. Find whatever symbol you want to add. Double click it till it turns gold. When it's gold, you close. You can come here and under add new charts, and they'll be there. All right. All right, guys. That is the last of the questions. I'll see you guys. Let's see, we have a live session Tuesday morning with Dante and the 2 new educators that will be announced on Tuesday. All right. So look out for that. They have a session. It'll be at, they're on at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm on that night, or more or less the next morning at 12 a.m. or say 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for London session for the week. All right. So we will see you guys then. Look out for the announcements in the announcements channel with the links for those live training calls. Also, tomorrow we will drop the recording for this call. It'll drop in the group AIRO announcements. If you want to watch any other ones, you don't have to wait for this one. You can easily scroll up into the AIRO announcements and watch the previous calls as well. All right. In the meantime, if you're going to trade tonight, make sure you trade responsibly. I'll see you guys in the funny paper.